Do you believe in ghosts? Perhaps you should keep an open mind. And why, you may ask? Well, in every corner of this vast world, there are tales that defy explanation, incidents that make the skeptics pause, and places that chill the spine of even the most fearless among us. There's a widespread belief in the paranormal, a fascination with the unseen that transcends cultures and eras. Nowhere is this fascination more palpable than in the echoing halls and hidden corners of hospitals and asylums, places that have seen the full spectrum of human experience, from birth to death, from joy to despair. These are places where the veil between this world and the next seems perilously thin, where the air is thick with stories waiting to be told. So do you believe in the supernatural? Do you believe in the echoes of history that refuse to be silenced? In the whispers of the past that seem to float on the air? Today, we are exploring the top 10 most haunted hospitals in the United States. At number 10, we have the Old Toole Hospital in Utah. This eerie edifice carries with it a history that's as chilling as the Utah winters. Its stone walls and creaky floors have seen decades of both life and death, and some say that not all who passed on have truly left. The hospital has been known for its spectral sightings, the most common of which are a child and the original builder of the house. The child, an innocent soul, is often seen wandering the halls, perhaps lost, perhaps looking for someone. The builder, a more imposing figure, asserts his presence in more subtle ways, an unexpected chill, a feeling of being watched, a sense of unease that settles deep into your bones. But these two aren't the only ghostly figures said to inhabit the Old Toole Hospital. There have been numerous reports of other apparitions, each with their own unique story, from the fleeting glimpse of a nurse who seemingly vanishes into thin air, to the shadowy figure that watches from the corners. The hospital is teeming with echoes of its past. And it's not just the sightings that have people on edge. The hospital is also known for its inexplicable phenomena, objects moving on their own, lights flickering without reason, and a general feeling of unease that seems to hang in the air. So, if you ever find yourself in Utah, make a stop at the Old Toole Hospital. But be warned, many visitors report feelings of unease and sightings of apparitions. And who knows, you might just come face to face with the past. Number 9 on our list is the still functioning Alton Mental Health Hospital in Illinois. A place where the echoes of the past intertwine with the present, creating an eerie symphony of uncanny experiences. In the hushed whispers of the hospital's corridors, staff and patients alike report hearing unusual noises, from inexplicable footsteps to distant, disembodied voices. These chilling sounds seem to emanate from nowhere and everywhere at once. Like whispers on the wind, they seem to tell tales of the past, stories of those who once walked these halls, their lives intertwined with the very fabric of Alton Mental Health Hospital. But it's not just the auditory anomalies that hold the attention here. Sightings of orbs with human faces have also been reported. Imagine, if you will, a seemingly ordinary orb of light floating aimlessly. But upon closer inspection, the orb reveals an unsettling detail. A human face etched in light and shadow staring back at you. These orbs, as some suggest, could be the manifestations of souls who once resided within the hospital's walls, their presence still lingering, still yearning to be seen and acknowledged. These chilling experiences, shared by both staff and patients, paint a picture of a hospital where the paranormal seems to have found a home, where the boundary between the living and the departed appears to blur, and where the echoes of the past continue to resonate in the present. A hospital that continues to operate amidst whispers of the paranormal. At number 8, we have Danvers State Lunatic Asylum in Massachusetts, now an apartment complex. This place, once a beacon of modern treatments for the mentally ill, gradually descended into a house of horrors. When the asylum first opened its doors in the late 19th century, it was hailed as a sanctuary, a place of healing. But as years passed, the veil of humanity slowly lifted to reveal a grim reality. The asylum started to crumble under the weight of overcrowding and lack of funding. It was during this period that the conditions deteriorated into the inhumane. Patients were neglected, left to wander the halls aimlessly. Some reports even speak of cruel experimental treatments that were a far cry from the intended care. The asylum closed its doors in the late 20th century, but the echoes of its troubled past still ring loud. Today, the building stands as an apartment complex, but residents and visitors alike report strange happenings. Unexplained noises, spectral apparitions, and an eerie sense of unease are common stories. It's as if the souls who once walked these halls are still lingering, unable to find the peace they sought in life. Danvers State Lunatic Asylum, a chilling reminder of a dark past living on in the present. Number 7 on our list is the infamous Byberry Mental Hospital in Pennsylvania. This place, once a beacon of hope for those struggling with mental health, now stands as a chilling reminder of a past marred by neglect and abuse. The hospital, built in the early 20th century, was meant to be a sanctuary for those in need. However, as time went on, the hospital's reputation took a downward spiral. Stories of patient neglect and abuse began to surface, casting a dark shadow over the hospital's once noble mission. But if these tales of human suffering weren't enough to chill your bones, there's more. Rumours abound of a particularly violent patient who supposedly took up permanent residence in the hospital's catacombs. This patient, known only through hushed whispers and fearful glances, is said to have been mentally deranged, his violent tendencies amplified within the hospital's grim walls. Even after the hospital's closure, his presence is said to linger, a terrifying echo of a time best forgotten. The catacombs, where he allegedly resides, are now a place of dread, with many claiming to have felt an oppressive dark energy within their depths. Byberry Mental Hospital, a place where the lines between the living and the dead, sanity and insanity, are blurred. A place of horror where the past refuses to rest. At number 6, we have the Rolling Hills Asylum in New York. This formidable structure, nestled in the heart of the Empire State, is no stranger to the eerie and unexplained, a place where the intersection of the living and the dead is a common occurrence. The asylum began its life as a poor farm, a place for the destitute and the discarded. However, the echoes of its past resonate much more deeply. It's a place where the fabric of reality seems to be worn thin, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary in the most haunting of ways. Among the most reported phenomena here are sightings of glowing objects and shadowy figures. These apparitions seem to linger in the corners of one's vision, playing hide and seek with the onlookers. They manifest as fleeting glimmers and elusive silhouettes, causing the bravest of visitors to pause and question their own senses. But it's not just the living who've reported these spectral occurrences. The asylum has a dark history, marked by a series of documented deaths. The departed, it seems, have chosen to remain within these cold stone walls, perhaps seeking to communicate their untold stories, or maybe just unwilling to move on. The Rolling Hills Asylum is a place where the past and the present merge, where shadows dance and glowing orbs flit about, a chilling location where the departed seemingly refuse to leave. It's a place that compels us to question our understanding of the world and the mysteries it holds. A chilling location where the departed seemingly refuse to leave. Halfway through our list, at number 5, is the Athens Lunatic Asylum in Ohio, a place that beholds a terrifying history of cruel practices that echoes within its hollow walls even today. This asylum, like many of its time, was not a refuge for the mental health patients, but a living nightmare. In the late 19th century, the Athens Lunatic Asylum was a bustling institution, but behind the facade of progress and care, it was a house of horrors. Cruel practices, such as lobotomies and electroshock therapy, were commonplace. Patients were often dehumanized, their identities reduced to mere numbers. One chilling story that stands out is that of Margaret Schilling. Margaret was a patient at the asylum who mysteriously disappeared in December of 1978. Her absence went unnoticed for weeks, until her lifeless body was found in an abandoned ward. But the most eerie part of this tale is what she left behind, an imprint of her body. A ghostly figure was etched onto the floor where she had lain. Despite numerous attempts to wash it away, the stain remains, a chilling reminder of the asylum's harsh past. The Athens Lunatic Asylum is more than just a building. It's a testament to the inhumane treatment of the mentally ill in the past. A place where the walls whisper tales of sorrow and the floors bear the imprints of lost souls. An eerie place where the imprint of the past remains. And now, we reach the top 4 most haunted hospitals in the United States. Our countdown begins with the chilling Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia. This massive stone structure, originally designed to house 250 patients, ballooned to over 2,000 residents in the mid-20th century. Tales of overcrowding, abuse, and inhumane treatments abound. Today, it's reputedly haunted by the tormented souls of past patients. Visitors report hearing inexplicable sounds, seeing apparitions, and feeling an eerie presence that chills them to the bone. Next on our list, at number 3, is the infamous Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. This once bustling tuberculosis hospital became a house of death as the disease swept through its patients, claiming thousands of lives. Today, it's said to be haunted by the many who breathed their last within its walls. Ghost hunters and thrill-seekers alike have reported sightings of shadowy figures, phantom voices, and even the ghostly apparition of a nurse who ended her life in room 502. We now move closer to the top spot with the Pennhurst Asylum in Pennsylvania. This institution, known for its grim history of patient abuse and neglect, was finally shut down in the late 20th century. Yet the tales of hauntings persist. Visitors have recounted experiences of hearing disembodied voices, seeing apparitions, and even feeling unseen hands touch them. It's as if the tormented spirits of former patients still linger, trapped within these forsaken walls. Finally, we arrive at the most haunted hospital, or rather infirmary, in the United States, the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Once the most famous and expensive prison in the world, it housed notorious criminals like Al Capone and Willie Sutton. The harsh conditions and solitary confinement drove many inmates to madness. Today, it's reputedly haunted by the restless spirits of its former inmates. Visitors often report hearing eerie sounds, seeing ghostly figures, and feeling a pervasive sense of dread that cannot be easily shaken off. Each of these locations carries a dark history and tales of the paranormal that continue to intrigue and terrify. From the ghostly apparitions of former patients at the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum to the haunting aura of the Eastern State Penitentiary, these places are a chilling reminder of our past and the enduring mysteries of the afterlife. And that, my friends, is our countdown of the 10 most haunted hospitals in the United States. We've journeyed through the eerie corridors of these haunted hospitals, each carrying their own spine-chilling tales. From the unnerving whispers of the old Toole Hospital in Utah to the spectral orbs of Alton Mental Health Hospital in Illinois, our exploration has been nothing short of thrilling. The Danvers State Lunatic Asylum in Massachusetts, now an apartment complex, still echoes with the chilling remnants of its past, while the Byberry Mental Hospital in Pennsylvania carries tales of a violent patient lurking in its shadows. At the Rolling Hills Asylum in New York, reports of glowing objects and shadowy figures add a mystic charm that is both intriguing and terrifying. And who could forget the chilling tale of Margaret Schilling at the Athens Lunatic Asylum in Ohio? These haunted locations, each with their own unique tales of paranormal activity, continue to fascinate and terrify us, drawing us into their mysterious worlds. The allure of the unknown, the excitement of the unexplained, keeps us coming back, eager to uncover what lies beyond our understanding. So are you ready to check in? Want to hear more details about these and other locations? Subscribe and comment more.